Hello everyone, this is Luando. Today I would like to share with you an interesting game between myself and a gentleman called Mo Jaden. I played this game earlier this year at the Western Province closed chess championships held at Protea Heights in Brackenfell. This game shows all the positional and strategic elements that are essential in your games that you might intake from this small interesting game. So without further ado, let's see the game. I had the white pieces and I opened the game with one knight to f3, the reti opening. My opponent played f5, which is regarded as the Dutch. It's not an ideal move to play in the first move, but yeah, chess players have different perspectives. So yeah, I continued with d4, then knight f6 was played, then I played c4. So we have the reti versus Dutch. In this position, he played e6, then I played bishop g5, pinning the knight on f6 and putting strong pressure on black's position. He played bishop e7, I played e3, he played h6, attacking my bishop. I decided to capture on f6, and he captured on f6, bishop takes f6, and I played knight c3. He castled short. I played bishop d3, putting my bishop on a more active square than on e2, and knight c6 was played. I played rook c1, b6, short castles, bishop to b7, queen to e2, finishing the development and preparing to bring the rook on the d1 square. Knight b4 and saving the bishop with bishop b1. He played queen e7, then I played a3, kicking the knight away, then knight a6. I think this was a slight inaccuracy from my side because the knight is better on the center of the board, which is on b6 to be exact. So I think it would be better to place it on b6, also on c6, as this would have created more harmony in black's position. So after knight a6, I played rook fd1, strongly preparing e5 now. So my opponent struck with c5. Then I played d5, as it was my main idea in the following move. So bishop takes on c3, rook takes on c3, queen to f6, putting the queen on a more active square. I played e4, striking in the center of the board. Then he took on d5, e takes on d5, c takes on d5, and he made a huge mistake here with f takes e4, as this allowed me to recapture with the queen and keep a strong attacking position, eyeing that f7 square. Sorry about that. In this position, however, he continued with rook a e1, allowing me to exploit tactics. Queen to h7 check. He played king to f7, and here I found a nice idea, which is probably not the strongest one to win the game, but it was just enough to take the 4 point in the bag. I played the crazy looking move, knight to e5, check, with the idea of if he takes, then I have various tactics that he might find unpleasant. So he did not take. He played king to e7. Then I played rook to f3, attacking his queen, and he took the knight on e5, which I believe was not the strongest option. But anyways, after the game, he told me that the game had in the game we had equal material after this move, and yeah, he is just having a bad position after all. So I played rook to e3 with the idea of winning the queen. So he took my rook, and then I captured with the e3 pawn. He played king to d8, and as you can see, there are various moves here to continue the game, but I chose the logical move, e4. He played rook to e7, defending the g7 pawn. Then I played d6, then he played rook ef7. Then I played bishop a2, putting more pressure in his position. He played rook to f2, and here there are many winning moves, but I chose bishop d5, which is not so complex. The idea of queen takes on g7 is very complex, thus is the best continuation suggested by the computer, as there is bishop takes on e4 and queen e7 check. After king c8, black has I believe a great counter attack in this position. Perhaps I was too afraid to engage myself in such lines. I chose bishop d5, which he took the bishop on d5, and I responded with taking with the pawn, and he retreated, defending the f7 pawn, rook to f7. Then I played h3, and he played c4, which I believe was a huge mistake in a winning position. This was a huge mistake in this position, c4. The move c4 generally, I don't see any idea behind it. So I continued with queen c2, hitting the pawn and preparing queen a4, which is extremely unpleasant. And after b5, I continued with queen to c3 anyways, preparing queen to a5 here. And after king c8, I actually played queen to a5. Strangely enough, avoiding the check, and still the move was played. And after it was played, my opponent resigned, because there is no better way to continue the game here. There is actually nothing interesting to play for, as after knight b8 there's simply queen takes on a7, and there is just no way to prevent mate on c7. So my opponent just threw the towel away, and I won a really nice positional battle with few attacking moments there. I think the main intakes in this game was to just strive for better activity in the middle game by improving your position bit by bit. Just keep on improving your position and look for those attacking moves in your position in your opponent's half of the board, those checks, captures, and threats, and to just keep on striving and playing good chess. So that was the game. I hope that you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing to the channel for more great content, and I wish you a great rest of your day. Thank you.